All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, everyone. Good evening out there. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, and I wanted to just make an in-depth video on the forecast ahead and what we are looking at. Let's go ahead and start with the latest on the European model. Diving right in here. Today, again, it was a nice day out there overall for early March standards. Today was in the 40s and 50s out there across the area, and we saw some clouds and then cleared out, and we saw sunshine across the area, and there was little to no wind out there as well. And for tomorrow, we're looking at another dry forecast. We're not seeing anything for tomorrow. Same thing on Thursday. We're not really going to see anything on Thursday. Now, once we get towards Thursday evening, that is when things are going to start changing for our region. Here is a map late Thursday, Thursday evening. You can already start to see some changes. Out west, we're seeing mixed precip out here in Montana and Wyoming and western Nebraska, mix of rain and snow. And then out here towards central Nebraska into eastern South Dakota, northwest Iowa, southwest Minnesota, we're looking at the potential for thunderstorms. And I know that's might be hard to imagine, but we are in early March, and we can get this in early March. We can get thunderstorms to develop for our area. It's not extremely rare, but it's not commonplace either. It's something we're looking at, as you can see here. Look at this. It just kind of explodes here Thursday night and into Friday morning. Across, again, Nebraska, our quad state region, northeast Nebraska, southeast South Dakota, southern Minnesota, and northwest Iowa. And as we head into Friday, it really starts to take place in Iowa. I think Iowa at this point is really the spot to watch as we head into Friday for not only thunderstorms, but also severe weather potential as well. And that's another talking point that, kind of hard to believe in early March that we already got to deal with this, but it is not a typo, or it's not a fake thing. It is a real possibility to see some severe weather in our area, and we'll get to that here in just a moment. Now, I do want to mention Friday. This could be a very interesting day because we could see thunderstorms and maybe even severe weather to start the day on Friday, but then by Friday evening, there could be snow in a lot of these same spots that saw severe weather in the morning. There could be snow on the backside of the system there in blue for southeastern South Dakota. That would include the Sioux Falls area down into Nebraska, over to Minnesota and Iowa. So that is something we're going to keep a close eye on. But then it looks like the weekend looks dry. The weekend forecast looks good, and we're going to warm it back up, especially by Sunday. We'll get to that story in just a moment too. And then next week, there is some suggestions of possible systems next week as well. So as we head into next week, there could be more rain and snow potential across our region. And so, winter's not over yet. I think we kind of just marched into spring, didn't we? Well, it's not technically spring yet, and we are still looking at some snow potential across the area. In fact, wanted to go ahead and look at this real quick. This is something that I just wanted to briefly touch on. This is the European model. This is the latest snow outlook for the next 2 weeks for our area. You can see through Friday, we're not really seeing anything except for out in the far west, panhandle of Nebraska, southwest South Dakota, Black Hills area. Could see a little bit of snow. But then you notice Friday evening, look at this. We could see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches, a spot here from Watertown down towards Mitchell and Chamberlain. there could be some spots here of 1 to 3 inches. Sioux Falls could even see a dusting of snow. And then as we head into the middle of March, you can see this map really starts to take place of more snow. And this is 2 weeks out. So this is the map 2 weeks out from today, the snow projections. And you can see there's more snow that is expected. So as we head into the middle of the month, the middle of March, there could be some more snow across parts of our region. So something to keep an eye on. I don't think we're done with the snow just yet. As again, the technical start of spring doesn't start until March 21st. Now, looking at a couple other dynamics here, I wanted to show this. This is a look at the dew points for Thursday and Friday. As we go throughout this week, again, we're looking at dry weather, and it really doesn't change. The map really doesn't change until we get towards Thursday. So Thursday and into Friday, that is when we start to finally see some change. And look at this. You see these green areas in Iowa and Nebraska. That is your dew point map. 50s to low 60s for dew points across Iowa and eastern Nebraska. So Omaha over towards Des Moines. Low 60s for dew points. Looking likely. If that plays out, we're looking at severe weather in these areas across Iowa and eastern Nebraska. And so it's going to be something we're going to keep a close eye on there. As, even Sioux Falls could see dew points in the 40s, which, for this time of the year, that's fairly moist for this time of the year. Usually we're pretty dry. This is shaping out to be a very interesting weather forecast ahead. And as we head into Thursday, looking at the latest Storm Prediction Center severe weather risk maps, as you can see, mainly going to be down south, and that's going to be where a lot of this severe weather is going to be. It's going to be well south of our area, down into Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. But up here, look at this. This is on Thursday. We're looking at a marginal risk in green for severe weather, and this is for Nebraska into Iowa and then far southeastern South Dakota as well. It goes all the way up north to Canton and Yankton, Vermilion, Beresford, down to Sioux City. And that is what we're looking at for Thursday. Mainly a hail threat there is what we're looking at. But then look at this. This is your day 4 map for this upcoming Friday. And you can see, again, where the worst of the severe weather will be farther south into Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. But it does extend up north here, that 15% in yellow for eastern Nebraska, which includes Lincoln and Omaha, and then it goes into Iowa, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Mason City, even as far northwest as Spencer and Storm Lake, Iowa, and then also into southeastern Minnesota, Rochester, Austin, into Blue Earth and Albert Lea, all included in this severe weather outlook for Friday. So, yeah, kind of crazy that we kind of just jumped right into this severe weather season. But, we can get this in March. We can see some severe weather in March for our region. And it looks like we're going to be all hands on deck on Friday. So we will probably be live doing severe weather coverage on Friday. So be on the lookout for this upcoming Thursday into Friday for parts of our region to see thunderstorms and severe weather potential. Now, as we close out with the 10-day forecasts tomorrow for Sioux Falls, we're going to warm things back up into the 50s, and then look at Thursday, low 60s, I think is possible. And then Friday, with that system, with rain, cooling things off a little bit, mid-40s. And then look at what happens for your weekend. We warm back up into the 50s and even mid-60s on Sunday, and maybe 70 degrees on Monday. Is that possible? Well, it is possible. I think we definitely can be close to 70 on Monday for Sioux Falls, believe it or not. So that is a pretty incredible number if we achieve that. And then by next week, we might cool down slightly after that. There's some hints towards the end of that 10-day where we could cool back down. And then for the Aberdeen area, looks like 50s the next couple of days, and then we'll cool down on Friday with snow chances, low 30s for a high on Friday, and then warming back up for your weekend. 40s and 50s, and then 60 on Monday for Aberdeen. That is very much doable. And then cooling back down by the end of that 10-day, As you can see, it's a roller coaster ride that continues for temperatures that we've been dealing with for the past couple weeks now. We've been dealing with the up and downs, the roller coasters of temperature swings, and we're going to continue to see that. And then for the Pier area, same thing, 60s tomorrow and Thursday. That's going to feel really nice. And then cooling down on Friday with the rain and snow chances, upper 30s for highs. And then for your weekend, look at that, 50s and 60s returning. And then cooling back down by the end of that 10-day. And then for the Rapid City area, just going to be plain warm. Look at tomorrow, 70 degrees tomorrow for Rapid City. And then 64 on Thursday. It's going to feel really nice. The golf courses might be open out there as well. And then by Friday, cooling back down into the low 40s with rain chances, maybe even a little bit of snow. And then look at your weekend back into the 60s. Really nice weekend ahead for Rapid City. And then 65 on Monday, and then cooling down next week with more precip chances potentially by that Tuesday time frame, as I mentioned earlier. So that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring those notification bells so you don't miss any of our videos. And also check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok as well. And that's going to be it for this video. Stay safe out there as always, and thank you guys for watching.